All right, here's another of my morning walks. I'm going to go to Pottsgrove Manor, which was built by the founder of Pottstown, John Potts, back in the mid 18th century. We start at his grave on King Street and Penn Street. On the way down, here's a business that's been in Pottstown. It's in the 1960 Yellow Pages. Yahn's great breakfast sandwiches. Here's another breakfast place, the Ice House. I assume that this was once an ice house. It's across the street from Manatawny Creek, which had been dammed back in the day. I've seen photos of people boating on a lake right here. So they would cut the ice in the lake, store it in the ice house. Now we're walking up King Street toward the Manor House, and here's the Pottstown Carousel. Kind of amazing. I understand it's one of the oldest existing carousels. And here's our baseball field. Is that a new backstop? I don't remember seeing that. So as we walk up the hill toward the railroad crossing, we bear in mind that the water for the mill had to come from uphill. So it's kind of a mystery where that water came from, but maybe I'll tell you. It's this is the Coalbrookdale Railroad, which opened in 1867. It's now just for tourists. Nice little ride through the woods. This is a station they built. I don't know what style. We're passing the Manor House now, but we're going to make a quick stop at the, what's it called? The Something Q Diner. This is a nice diner. It's very spacious, full of light. Food's fine. It's good food. All right, let's go back down to the Manor House. John Potts lived in the big house. He built it to retire to, and it's quite a grand house inside. Not vast, not a mansion, but pretty substantial and very nicely done. Make sure if you take the tour, you get to see where the servants slept up in the attic. Now, next to it, to its left, was a house for the guy who ran the mill, which is something I've been very interested in because the manor's at the top of a hill, so how do you get water in there? Well, I checked around, walked through the woods, and I found the mill race went way up the Manatawny, and it ran under the railroad tracks. Well, the railroad was built over it, and it ran the water wheel to grind I think it was a grist mill, grinding corn. They built this little wood oven, not historically accurate, I don't think, but they give demonstrations. So now we're walking down the hill back to High Street. I know that doesn't make sense to walk downhill to High Street, but the mill was down here by High Street. And here's they have a historical thing. So the water would end up down at the bottom of the hill, and then the woman at the museum kind of told me where it went. It went back to the Manatawny Creek. So this is the underpass. The Reading Railroad built this to give access to the part of Pottstown that was behind this bridge was all factories and steel mills and stuff back in the day. Now it's a park. So that's the overpass for the Coalbrookdale Railroad. That was only built around 1900, I think, so that originally they must have had a wooden trestle or maybe no bridge at all. I don't know. As we come back into town, we see the Manatawny Green miniature golf. I think I heard that this was built by one of the big mills in town for their employees. And probably when the mill left, they said, throw you a bone. You get the miniature golf. You could call this Dancing Waters, but as David Letterman discovered, that is copyrighted, so we can't call it that. Behind it is the Carousel. So this is now run by the town. Oh, there's your interrupted photographer. The miniature golf is run by the town, so whoever works there is a town employee. This is back to I wanted to check when the Carousel was open. It's 12 to 4. So coming back into town now, we get the bridge over the Manatawny, Reading Railroad. And next to it is the old Kiwi shoe polish factory, originally a brewery. It is now part of the community college. And here's the Elks Hall, Originally built for a family who didn't live there very long. There's a marker out front. It's now the Elks Lawn. They're still active. They sometimes have breakfasts. And across the street from it is our other diner, Three Cousins. More intimate, I would say, and good food. Bye.